In this scenario, we have a student standing at the edge of a cliff. We're told she's standing at the edge of a cliff. She throws a rock upward, releasing it from a height of 120 meters. And that she throws it upward with a velocity of 24 meters per second. 2 seconds later, she throws a second rock downward with a velocity of 24 meters per second. And there's a whole series of questions about those. So time 2, she takes one, she throws it downward at 24 meters per second, minus 24 meters per second. So this is a perfect candidate for us to understand what's going on with an average velocity table. So we have our time, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have our acceleration, which is minus 10, all the way down. We have our instantaneous velocity, which is 24. It's decreasing by 10, so 14, 4, minus 6, minus 16, minus 26, minus 36, minus 46, minus 56. And then our average velocity, which is 19, then 14, then 9, then 4, then minus 1, minus 6, minus 11, minus 16. And we could test that at any point. We could choose any two. We could choose this one and this one. 24 plus a minus 26 is minus 2 divided by 2 is minus 1. So it checks out there. Then we have our delta z. Our delta z is 0 initially. And then we have 19, 28, 27, 16, minus 5, minus 36, minus 77, and then minus 128. So at 120 meters, then, we would expect that it would arrive between 7 and 8 seconds, impact velocity between 46 and 56 meters per second, speed 46 to 56 meters per second. All right, now we can move on to the second one. I'll just create a space here, and I'll add another table for it. And so we have our time, and then I'll have what our time prime for our second object. Now, the first one isn't thrown until 2 seconds. So we have 0, 0, and then time 0 begins at 2 seconds. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then our acceleration is minus 10. Our instantaneous velocity at time 0, the first time 0, is minus 24. And then minus 34, minus 44, minus 54, minus 64, minus 74. Then the average velocity, meaningless, meaningless, meaningless. And then we have a minus 29. And then a minus 34, then a minus 39, a minus 44, a minus 49. And if we want to check any of those, we could say choose this one and this one. Minus 24 and minus 74 is minus 98. Over 2 is minus 49. So then we can have our delta z of the second rock. And the times are now going to be these two multiplied by each other. So we have minus 29, minus 68, minus 127, or minus 117. And then for 4, we have minus 184. So we can see that this is going to hit the ground between 3 and 4 seconds. Which is curious when one thinks about it. When through the first rock, upward, waited 2 seconds, threw this one downward, but this one is still going to hit the ground first. So we did our average velocity table. We can see that the impact velocity is between minus 54 and minus 64. And here we've got minus 46 to minus 56. We see this is going to be pretty close to 54, and this was going to be pretty close to 56. So now we can go on to the questions. The first one, AI, if we're looking